Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Holmes.
And there's some news. Some directorial news.
Back on Discovery, you saw our updates in Ticonderoga. We are back to the set. But you're right, directorial. Now, I normally wouldn't cover this sort of thing, but it's a name, a face that you hopefully recognise. And are you excited?
Yes.
Me too.
Everything he's done has been fantastic as far as Star Trek goes. So I'm looking forward to it.
Stuart, spill the beans. What's the news?
Well, good old Billy Bob Riker, William Riker, Jonathan Frakes will be directing an episode of Discovery. So
brand new news. And it is worth noting, he just directed an episode of The Orville. So both new sci-fi shows going on this year he's had his hand in, which is great. Why is it so great? Beyond the fact that he has been a Trek legend since the 80s. Which should be enough of a sell, really.
Why is it so great?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he's good at directing Star Trek stuff. He's good at directing other stuff, too. But he's got a lot of Star Trek credits under his belt. First off, we'll go with Star Trek Next Generation. He did 8 episodes of that show.
That's a lot. That's probably I think that's the biggest director-actor. I know that other people want to do them, but that's, I think, the most, by quite a few, actually. Any, specifically that cause and
The Drumhead.
Yes.
Beautiful, amazing episode.
Cause and Effect. He gets to be the hero by his pips. Very nicely done episode, that one. Reunion, Sub Rosa Attached. I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, to be trusted. I know I've heard stories of him at conventions saying he had to go to directorial school. He had to sit with them, but he passed it very quickly and cleared it justice from 1999 to 1994. So I gave him 2 in the first year, 1 in the second year of his directorial, and then 2, and then 2, and then 1. So yeah, very impressive to be given repeat.
But that's not all.
That is not it.
There were other Star Trek series, guys. I don't know if you knew that. So next one is Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Did 3 episodes of that. Past Tense Part 2, that's the one with Benjamin Sisko and Julian go back in time, and then the Bell riots.
Yep, he becomes Bell.
Yes. So
Time travel.
That one's all right. Meridian's the one with where Jadzia falls in love with the guy. There's a planet that is an interdimensional planet that only appears in our reality every 60 years, and then goes back to basically nothingness.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, good love story, good kind of people story on that.
But the Search Part 2, I believe, is the one with the Jem'Hadar first appearing, and that was a pretty good 2-parter.
Yes.
So that was good.
Yeah.
And Voyager, obviously, he was given a year. Well, basically, he went from one to the next. And he was acting in between, I'm sure. This is just the directorial credits. Projections. How do you say the middle one?
Parturitan?
I like Prototype. And that was every year.
You see a pattern there? Prototype, Parturitan, and Projections are all P words and about the same length. Odd. It's a conspiracy theory. Illuminati confirmed.
Half-Life 3 confirmed. We said that so many times this trip. Now, what's he most known for in the Trek world? Bar Riker.
First Contact, obviously.
Which is arguably the second best Star Trek movie. Pretty much solidly.
Or the first one if you're just a TNG fan.
Yeah, without a doubt, the best TNG movie. And it's great because he got that one so perfect because he knows the characters. He gave everyone a role. He gave everyone a reason. He didn't script it obviously, but his creative vision is a lot of why that was so good. And being part of a franchise where you understand it, you've lived it, you've had to read the lines that Gene wrote, you've had to read the lines that other people have written. You understand the franchise, and I think we both said, why make him showrunner? I mean, he hasn't had necessarily that much credit, but to help guide Star Trek, he's a great choice. He understands the acting, the characters, the universe, the fans from conventions. I mean, he understands the fans. He must do, and the movies.
And there was talk of him directing Star Trek Beyond for a while after.
Well, we hoped
Robert Orci was given the boot. Anyway, that's not all he worked on though. He also worked on Star Trek Klingon, the video game.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen part of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I love that. It's an amazing. I love seeing it's completely in the context of a Klingon Empire piece, and it's really interesting to see the culture. All the famous Klingons come back in different parts and same parts, and Seska's in there as a Klingon. really good makeup. Michael Westmore had a field day. We talked about that. I think it's in our Klingon episode. Really well done, and contextually, it's a first person narrative with multiple choices, but really well done. That's a mini movie in itself. But then, the second Star Trek movie, Insurrection, which arguably a weaker of the Star Trek movies. I don't think for bad direction. That wasn't its problem. So I'm not gonna give Jonathan Frakes the boot for that. I think it was a perfectly well directed movie. That's when a bad script or a bad concept can, how much can you refine a less polished concept? If Leonard Nimoy had directed Star Trek V rather than Shatner, Leonard Nimoy successfully directed two films. Two films? Was two, wasn't it?
Leonard Nimoy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he directed Star Trek 4
and I guess it was
and 3.
Yeah.
I believe he directed number 3. Yeah.
Yes, he died in 2. Yeah. So give it a director with more experience, he might have done a better job with 5. But the core of it would still have been a slightly faulty, some fault. So, I'm not going to give any balls for that. Anything else that really strikes out in his own? It's a long reveal.
There's a lot of other directorial things. We don't want to go through them all. We want to keep Star Trek related.
Okay, but a lot of things you'll know about. You've gone past the directing.
Yeah.
But a lot of shows like Dollhouse and one-offs that you will definitely know about as a director. And while I don't think you necessarily know it's his style, he's been brought on to do a lot of directing in the last few years.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, the fact that he keeps been brought on, I know he said that was his passion. He's moved away from acting quite a bit to that. But see him come back and do Star Trek, again, it depends what the script is. I mean, he's not going to fight the script if it's a bad Trek script or if it's a bad whatever. I'm hoping that the script they've given him is something, thematically similar to TNG or something he'll understand how to use. Or just a big challenge. So I'm kind of again. Do you think it's like the Rod Roddenberry, like the Nicholas Meyer in some respect? The name, we'll get good press if we hire you, rather than really being part of the process.
That's what I'm afraid it is, actually. But we won't know until we see it. So I'm sure he'll do a good job with it, whatever episode he gets.
I just don't know if we'll know which one is his. Like, if his style won't necessarily come through too much. And I know directed quite a lot of Chuck, and Chuck was great, and Castle. Directors. It's fun when directors write their own stuff as well, because it is their vision, and they can create. But then obviously you have the limitation of, it's their vision, so you can't deviate from the vision. If the vision's bad, then But he's definitely a solid director, and I wish they'd give him another movie. Honestly, another Trek movie, he would have been great, I think.
Bottom line is, I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
Not really.
Yeah, you do.
No. I mean, I'm excited that he's doing an episode, but all this talk about directing, it's just like, whatever. Directors aren't that important.
Says them.
Just kidding. Anyway, no, it's...
Okay, are you more excited from directing an Orville episode, clearly TNG inspired, or a Discovery episode?
Discovery.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'm excited for the Orville one, don't get me wrong, but I want to see what he can do with Discovery. I want to know how good Discovery is, first of all. And then whether it is worth, if it's something that he can make work.
I just think with Castle and Chuck under his belt and some other comedies, obviously a lot of things, but some comedies, and Librarians, which is, semi-comedy, I think Orville, he will absolutely wrap that around his little finger and on the TNG bridge set almost. He'll use that, and I think that'll be his. I think they'll give him a funner script, which he can really have fun with. Whereas Discovery, I have no idea what they'd give him, no clue, no guess. But he's a good director, so at least there's more talent being brought on. It's always a good thing. And at least he's a Star Trek fan, so
And that's it, guys. So there you go.
That's the update.
Jonathan Frakes coming on to direct an episode of Discovery. Hope you guys are happy about it. If you're not, if you're mad, if you're upset, if you're happy, let us know.
And you know it.
Put it
Games Direct.
Put it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will keep you updated with more Discovery news that we think is there's going to be a lot coming out. So we're excited to cover it and let you guys know.
We are your one-stop shop for all Discovery and other Trek news, so please tune in every time you see a new video by clicking that subscribe button, the bell notification, and that ensures you do get everything that we produce. Because boy, we put a lot of work in, And we love to do it for all of you guys. So until next time, guys.
And I'm Captain Foley.
Super fast.
Yes,
Super hot.
You need to really slow down and enunciate.
Guys. Come here.
No, try
Come
again.
here.
Say it.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Foley and Captain Crunch signing off until next time. Bye, guys.